The Bostonian versus the Book.
That was Aaron Rodgers' thing. To your quarterback in the first round.
Yeah.
It's a luxury pick. We don't have the luxury. We're trying to win right now. I'm in a window right now, and you're going to say, no, we're going to plan this for the future. With a guy who had 4 years, 4 seasons ended by injury. 4. Like, Michael Penix is a walking injury. Like, what are you doing taking him in the top 10?
The Bostonian versus the Book.
And now you have to qualify in these majors. You got to go do it, man. Like, and it just comes off really petty to sit up there and be like, I'm not.
You know what you signed up for. So I don't like the pettiness, and I 100% think Taylor Gooch should be in the major championships. So in the same note, I'm saying this, but also it's like, hey, this is the world in which we live in right now, and you don't deserve anything.
Only on SportsGrid. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid. Your 24/7 sports wagering network. The early line.
Magical and historic season in Lincoln, Nebraska continues.
He is the best player in the NBA, but also in the biggest moments where the national media is watching.
Newswire.
Something that we have never seen happen before with one of the iconic coaches in the game.
Pharrell coast to coast.
The team covers. It's automatic. It's every time. Not sometimes. It's every time.
Game time decisions.
Luka is actually far more dangerous from 3 on the road this year than at home.
This game here tonight, you may want to consider taking as many points as humanly possible.
InGame live. PrimeTime.
We got not 1, but 2 coaches fired systems in place.
Sports Rage
This
late
sort of
night.
has letdown written all over it. It's going to be hard to match the emotion that they played with the other night.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid. The Bostonian versus the Book.
That was Aaron Rodgers' thing. To your quarterback in the first round.
Yeah.
It's a luxury pick. We don't have the luxury. We're trying to win right now. I'm in a window right now, and you're going to say, no, we're going to plan this for the future. With a guy who had 4 years, 4 seasons ended by injury. 4. Like, Michael Penix is a walking injury. Like, what are you doing taking him in the top 10?
The Bostonian versus the Book.
And now you have to qualify in these majors. You got to go do it, man. Like, and it just comes off really petty to sit up there and be like, I'm not.
You know what you signed up for. So I don't like the pettiness, and I 100% think Taylor Gooch should be in the major championships. So in the same note, I'm saying this, but also it's like, hey, this is the world in which we live in right now, and you don't deserve anything.
Only on SportsGrid. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid. Your 24/7 sports wagering network. The early line.
Magical and historic season in Lincoln, Nebraska continues.
He is the best player in the NBA, but also in the biggest moments where the national media is watching.
Newswire.
Something that we have never seen happen before with one of the iconic coaches in the game.
Pharrell coast to coast.
The team covers. It's automatic. It's every time. Not sometimes. It's every time.
Game time decisions.
Luka is actually far more dangerous from 3 on the road this year than at home.
This game here tonight, you may want to consider taking as many points as humanly possible.
InGame live. PrimeTime.
We got not 1, but 2 coaches fired systems in place.
Sports Rage
This
late
sort of
night.
has letdown written all over it. It's going to be hard to match the emotion that they played with the other night.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid. The Bostonian versus the Book.
That was Aaron Rodgers' thing. To your quarterback in the first round.
Yeah.
It's a luxury pick. We don't have the luxury. We're trying to win right now. I'm in a window right now, and you're going to say, no, we're going to plan
place, I promise you. Then Game Time Decisions, we will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
Uh, 1.81 goals against average, 9.20 save percentage. He's also 6-2 in his last 8 road starts as well. The Oilers are a great road team. I actually think it's an advantage for them that they don't have home ice, that potentially 4 of the games are on the road. We've seen 56% of the games this year in the NHL playoffs, the road team has actually won.
Sports Rage Late Night, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back. InGame Live, Prime Time here on the Grid. Scott Wetzel, Dave Sharapan. Thanks again to Steve Merrill for joining us. WagerTalk.com. Check out the website. Make sure you hit Steve's little icon. He does. He brings a lot of good facts and figures and hands out a lot of winners. So we do appreciate him joining us there. And I got to tell you, Dave, I did not expect this. I really didn't. They are now closing out. They just started the fourth quarter. Yeah. It is 91-70 Boston. 91-70 Dallas, I would have said, all right, you know what? I get that. But 91-70 Boston, we said it at halftime, right? I mean, almost sheepishly because it was just almost too easy. We've seen this, 1,000 times. You had 2 scores for Dallas. That can't survive, and you're waving a white flag on the Mavericks whole season.
Just wave the white flag. Do you remember when ML Carr used to wave the towel for those teams? Yeah. And Larry did it in a circle like this. He did it in a big circle. Well, you could do this for the Dallas Mavericks. It's over. That's it. It's done. The only thing left to be decided is the MVP race. Because Brown's lighting it up right now. Brown had a poster dunk while we were talking baseball, but it's one of those 2 guys, and it's over. It's a wrap. 21 points down. What's the in-game number? Do you want 16 and a half? Do you want 17 and a half with the Mavs? I don't at this point. No. I really don't. I don't think they're coming back. I mean, can we get this to within 15? Is that a win? No, it's not. I will be very interested to see. I'll be back here with Peralt on Friday. I don't know what it's going to be like because he's going to get a championship, and he knows it. And he's a Boston Celtics fan. We're going to be live on the air. If you're available, you may need to come in and just provide a little voice of reason. Pop in there. This is going to be pretty big, and he's going to be chirping. Talking,
come on and hang out. Tatum sucks, Mazzulla's an idiot. Just have to kind of rub it in his face somehow. Just cause a little.
We're gonna have to find out who the Red Sox are playing. We'll talk baseball, because he's gonna just want to talk Celtics. No, this is impressive. I think we're gonna have the discussion if this closes out with a double-digit win for the Celtics and what they're doing with this postseason run. You're going to have to acknowledge that whether the path was easy and other teams' players were hurt, this is one of the best teams we've seen in a while. They're young. They're playing together. They got a young coach. They got Hauser getting over his points prop. It's a pretty good basketball team. You're going to have to acknowledge that, right?
Yeah, definitely. Listen, ultimately – and by the way, Jaylen Brown's over his prop. Your boy Matty suggested take Brown right at halftime when he only had 6, and the number was only 17.5. So props, we give it out a few winners here tonight for sure.
Yes, sir.
On paper, they were the best team, right? That's why every single series and every single big game, we'd always say, boy, they're favored by so much. Like this series, they were favored by over 2-1. And it would seem so easy to go the other way, but the boys in Vegas knew. On paper, this is the best team in the NBA. It was just a matter of whether Tatum would choke or Missoula would you have a brain cramp, with something on the sidelines, or one of the officials would get involved. But on paper, they got an all-star in every lineup, in every starting position. So when Porzingis is playing, right? I mean,
yep.
So I would have liked, like we said, I would have liked to have seen Denver. That would have been the only team just because of the Joker and how would they have handled him. But unfortunately, Denver, listen, they didn't get here. So
Denver
it is
did
what
not.
it is.
And it wasn't long after they were out and Boston beat Cleveland in the second when they won the third game. I started and I was like, that's it. Boston's going to the finals and Boston's probably going to win. I don't know who they're playing against, but as soon as Denver got taken out, I was like, all right, it's probably going to be it's Dallas or Minnesota. Okay, but I don't feel like either one of them could really win that series. Started to buy the Boston futures, which is good for the S&W. This is really going to weigh that. I mean, that hockey game tomorrow night is going to be big for the corporation, for the S&W future parlay, right? We got Boston up 3-0. That looks pretty good.
That looks real good. Real good. We'll quick break and we'll recap when we come back to Game Live Prime Time.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on SportsGrid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
There is going to be an energy to game time decisions that you will feel night in and night out. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. I want this to be the place that people come to. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
.81 goals against average, .920 save percentage. He's also 6-2 in his last 8 road starts as well. The Oilers are a great road team. I actually think it's an advantage for them that they don't have home ice. That potentially 4 of the games are on the road. We've seen 56% of the games this year in the NHL playoffs, the road team has actually won.
Sports Rage Late Night, only on SportsGrid.
Welcome back. It is InGame Live Prime Time here on the grid. Scott Wetzel, Dave Sharapan, watching some NBA. I'll throw a score at you as we're at the little commercial break. The Dallas Mavs have cut into that 21-point deficit, actually. Made a nice little run here. It's down to 11, 91-80. And the number's down to 9.5, and the over-under is at 206.5. Still need a little spurt there for the over to hit, but we're not completely out of that. But you follow cricket at all, by the way?
I'm apparently going to follow it a lot more starting very soon. Yeah.
I just, you know, I like looking at lines of different things, and whether it's tennis or basketball, whatever, you know, I just see a score that you would never equate to the line. This might be the all-time, like, goofiest, like, West Indies is leading New Zealand tonight 145-2.
Okay.
But New Zealand, down 143 points, is a minus 230 favorite. You don't see that too often, right? A team down 143 runs is still
apparently
a minus 2-1 favorite.
Runs. You score all the runs, and then the other team gets to score all their runs.
You know. You don't follow cricket. Come on. You got to have a couple of cricket jerseys, don't you? Didn't somebody send you a cricket jersey?
Not yet. I'm working on it. I'm trying to get a Wetzel and Sharapan cricket show right here on the grid. If you're paying any attention, we could do it. It's really big over there. And apparently people know and like to watch it. And listen, I lived in Curacao for a couple years. I lived down in the Caribbean, and the worldwide market of sports, this is one of those ones that I would never tell someone over there that I could do their odds better than them at cricket. You know, I've had people come over here from other countries and tell us we could do your odds better on American football than we can, meaning me and fellow odds makers. And I'm like, guys, come on. You think you know, you don't know, you never will. Just like Jim Morris said, relax. I would never go over. So I had to study cricket. I had to learn and watch it. It's entertaining. I don't know the teams. I don't know the leagues. I don't even know what time the games are on. But if we had to learn it and make numbers, we could do it. I got guys that do. I have guys that are odds makers for cricket, Wetzel. It's been a wild and crazy 53 years of life for me. If we need a cricket number, I'll send out a couple texts and we'll get a cricket number.
Wow. You've been all over the place. It's amazing, you know, from Pittsburgh to Curacao to who knows where else in Vegas now. They just had it, though, cricket, though, a big tournament. Was it the World Cup of Cricket or something goofy here on Long Island? Sold out crowds. 35,000. It's amazing.
It's like I'm not even kidding. All right, for guys our age, we've seen and done a lot and been around sports. You've been to many sporting events. I've never seen cricket live. Okay. But I've been explained that cricket is one of these things that's going to kind of go on the up, and we should start paying attention to it. I'm not even kidding around. I'm being dead serious. I'm impressed that you even were paying attention that it was going on. Another sport that, I don't know if it's a sport, but it's been a gambling sport down in Florida. And I know you've been to Florida. Have you ever seen Highlight played in person?
Yes. I went there one time. A lot of fun. Actually. They had one up in Connecticut.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was just down in Florida. Okay, so you have something.
No.
Okay.
Yeah,
that was one of my first introductions to, like I post on Twitter at Sports BK, can sing all the time about meeting a guy, seeing a guy about a thing at the book.
Right.
Well, I had to see a guy about a thing, and we were down in Florida, and we went to the Highlight place. And, okay, wow. It was, I thought we were betting on it, but it turns out that the guys playing the Highlight probably already knew the results. So I was advised to not really play any results, play any more wagers. Speaking of knowing results, are you peeking at the score right now? I see 93 to 87. We're back.
It's down.
We're back
6.
talking basketball.
Yeah.
Oh,
how about
baby.
that?
17-2 run. Thank you.
Yeah, this was 91-70
in our ear. We're here. Wow.
Yeah, 91-70. Dallas calls a timeout, and man, I tell you what, if you're into body language, Dallas walked off the court. I mean, every head of that the unit that was on was just down and out. I mean, just completely. I don't know what they were told on the sidelines by Jason Kidd, but it's worked. 17-2 run. Ooh, they just missed a shot.
Ooh.
Oh, but they're going to the free throw line. Kyrie.
Wow.
This could be down to 4. In fact, that was
down
a three-pointer. This could be down to 3. Wow.
Yeah, Boston is 2.5-point favorite in game. Totals back up to 210.5. It still feels like it's crazy. It's going to go under. Hard to believe that if Dallas would come back, I would think the game would have to go over to at least the closing number, over 215. It's still on pace for an under. And wow, boy, I'm happy that you have both sides of that bet having a 10-point lead, right? Because you'd be sweating it like crazy right now. We were christening the Boston Celtics as the champs, worrying about Friday night, whether it's going to be a sweep or not. They may not close this one out.
See, this is where Joe Mazzulla shows his true colors in that he's not a very good X's and O's head coach. We have not had a timeout Boston. Coach, unless I missed it, but, you had a 21-point lead, and it's whittled down to, depending on how many free throws Kyrie hits here, it's going to be a 2-possession game regardless. And I don't think he's called a timeout. Call a timeout. When they cut it to the 15, 16, they make a little bit of a run. Just stop it. Just like Dallas did. You stop it and just say, all right, guys, come on. You got to pick it up here. We got 8 minutes left to go in the game. It's a 3-point game, a 20-2 run. How do you have a 20-2 run when you got, Brown and Tatum and all these other guys? You can't run a play, get an open layup somewhere along the line?
93-90.
Wow.
5:25 left. We got ourselves a ball game. It's 207.5 is the total. 2.5-point spread for the Celtics, still favored. Biggest lead of the game was 21 for Boston. 21-point lead. Right when you said it was 91-70. That was in the second half. Biggest lead for Dallas was 13. That was in the first half. We've seen two completely different. I can't believe how fast it turned. Dallas could win this game.
That.
Yeah.
Finally, Boston calls a timeout.
Hey.
Now they call a timeout when the lead is down to 3.
Yeah, Mazzulla must have heard you.
He's awful. He's an awful I won't say an awful head coach because he motivates his guys and they don't play. But as far as X's and O's, he's clueless. He's clueless.
It was a Mavericks timeout. How about that?
No, on TV it said Boston.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know, but on TV it said Boston. Either. So
Matty G said it was the other one. We'll see.
Why would Dallas call a timeout there? Unless they had to because of the TV timeout. Maybe a TV timeout because it was a foul, but it showed Boston timeout.
Either way, yeah. There you go. All right.
I stayed Mavericks for some reason. So,
okay. Yeah.
Must have been one of those TV and they just kind of rotate. You have to take timeouts and they get assigned to somebody. So Boston didn't call a timeout. Apparently not. If that's the case. Just let a 21-point lead just disappear.
Early lead Coach. In baseball. Angels 6, Diamondbacks nothing. Top of the 4th. You want the Diamondbacks to come back?
No, I wouldn't take that.
No interest? Okay.
Maybe Texas plus 270. Walker Buehler's pitching tonight for the Dodgers. Let's check his numbers out when we come back in Game Live, PrimeTime.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on SportsGrid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
There is going to be an energy to game time decisions that you will feel night in and night out. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. I want this to be the place that people come to. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than Game Time Decisions. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
.81 goals against average, .920 save percentage. He's also 6-2 in his last 8 road starts as well. The Oilers are a great road team. I actually think it's an advantage for them that they don't have home ice. That potentially 4 of the games are on the road. We've seen 56% of the games this year in the NHL playoffs, the road team has actually won.
Sports Rage Late Night, only on SportsGrid.
Welcome back in-game live, prime time here on the grid. We got ourselves a game. Game 3, NBA Finals. Celtics trailing by as many as 13, then went up by as many as 21. And now we got ourselves a 3-point game. Like, we all kind of figured we'd have a close game when everything was said and done, but we didn't expect the route that we took to get here. So, by the way, real quickly, why are the Patriots holding a Tom Brady? I meant to ask Matt this. Why are the Patriots on a Wednesday in which there's an NBA Finals involving the Boston Celtics holding a Tom Brady induction ceremony speech tonight? What I missed about that?
So
is that a little
apparently
weird?
it was a big celebration. Have everybody come back, recognize Tom,
right,
and then lead right into watching Game 3 of the NBA Finals with the Celtics. So they had it all put out, wrapped up, and done. Moved it up time-wise. They had the date already set, is what he told me.
Right.
Tomorrow on BVB, we have the host, the MC of the event is going to be on our show tomorrow. So I'll ask him that question, specifically, why today you could have done it tomorrow when Edmonton and Florida are
why
playing.
In June? Maybe spring training or training camp when people are thinking football? Weird, right?
A lot of people are available right now, right? This is you ran around with the kids. You still do it. This is graduation party season. This is wedding season. You're getting those invitations to go to weddings. June is a big month for get-togethers, especially up in the Northeast.
All right. But they do know the NBA schedule. Not a lot of faith in the Celtics, apparently, because the NBA schedule's been out for a long time.
You didn't know when they were playing the finals, did you?
Yeah, they were favorites to be in the finals, right?
I guess so.
Kind of a finals or bust type of season for them, especially after they got Porzingis.
Fair.
So.
Oh, all right. Good work.
Ah.
Good work right there.
Good work. So we're being told.
Yeah.
What was it? He's got 6 rings with the Patriots.
6 rings.
And he wore number 12.
He's number 12. So, in the annoying, thing that the Patriots do and celebrate and remind everybody how great they were on June
Clearly
12th, they celebrate Tom Brady Day, put him in the Patriots Hall of Fame. So, congratulations, Tom. Everybody that went, I hope you enjoyed it. I'll watch it on the replay. I'm watching basketball right now. The Celtics are barely holding on, Wetzel.
Barely. They're still favored by 3.5 points, which I find interesting. knowing that they were a 2.5 to 3 point underdog. They're up 3. Normally that would equate to maybe pick them, but they actually got them favored by 3.5. And the over-under is down to 202.5. We're going to need overtime for the over to hit, which we might get, but
maybe.
Unfortunately, we didn't get the high-scoring game. And our boy Luka is trailing Kyrie 31-27 for highest point total. Luka's 1 of 7 from threes.
Told you the first hour, and I was hoping I was wrong that it wasn't going to be Kyrie to beat you because you're going to be sitting on the train, mad, angry, all that stuff. I don't want that.
When that line dropped from 165 to 140, that didn't make any sense. No sense whatsoever. And I know you say no, but somebody must have known. Like Kyrie told somebody, yeah, I'm going off tonight. I'm going to be more aggressive. So bet my total. Go ahead. It's worth a shot because I'm not going to allow Luka. I'm not going out of here with my tail between my legs, falling behind 3-0 because Luka's taking 50 shots. I got to show him who's boss. He must have told somebody that. So
wow.
And then Luka found out.
Right.
So
breaking news. First time in his playoff career, Luka fouled out. So you can't be the leading scorer if you're holding Luka. That's it. The black cloud has reared its ugly head again. Unbelievable.
Never happened before. Never.
That's the way you got to lose. That's the way you got to lose. Like that. That's just. I can tell you this here. I'll let you breathe here a little bit. Take this, okay?
Maybe it was the officials that made the bet. I mean,
no. Stop. Hold on.
He never fouls out. This is a home game. This is basically an elimination game for Dallas, and they found out their best player on a ticky-tack foul. Like he got to come pushed to the ground.
He's not moving his feet. As an official, you got to move your feet. If you don't move your feet, you reach, you get called for the fouls. I mean, he can't play defense. He's beat up. He's hurt. All the above. Come on. The thinking in the line with the Celtics being favored this late is that it takes all of that energy and all of that stuff to go right to erase a 21-point deficit. And then they get there, and it takes that much more to finish it. So the run is there, but nobody believes the run when you're working the game in the room or you're putting the odds out until you see it. They wouldn't be favored. Well, knowing that now for sure, we got to leave the Celtics favored, even if the Mavericks were to tie it. Until they took the lead by 3, they would never be favored by 3 because we can turn back the other way quick, especially without Luka.
Does Dallas win down 3? 3 minutes left without Luka?
No.
Yeah. If they had Luka? I don't even think if they had Luka, to tell you the truth.
I'd feel better about it if they did, right? But I mean, now I know they don't have Luka. What are they going to do? I mean, it's Kyrie's show. Kyrie has to score all of the points the rest of the way, or dribble, drive, and kick it out for 1-3. They're in big trouble now.
They are. What was Kyrie's number? I don't know. Do we have that graphic, Matt? We'll do it. If we do, we'll show it when we come back. Kyrie to be a leading scorer. I think he was 5-1. We'll take a look at that when we come back. But all right, Celtics up 4. Dallas at the free throw line, 2.5 left. We'll close it out when we come back.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on SportsGrid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, Trust your head. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
There is going to be an energy to game time decisions that you will feel night in and night out. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. I want this to be the place that people come to. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than game time decisions. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
.81 goals against average, .920 save percentage. He's also 6-2 in his last 8 road starts as well. The Oilers are a great road team. I actually think it's an advantage for them that they don't have home ice. That potentially 4 of the games are on the road. We've seen 56% of the games this year in the NHL playoffs, the road team has actually won.
Sports Rage Late Night, only on SportsGrid.
All right, it's in-game live, prime time here on the grid. Scott Wetzel, Dave Sharapan, final minute, literally game 3. We have a Dallas 2-point deficit. Check that, 4-point deficit, 102-98. Celtics ball as, I think it's going to be Celtics ball with 42 seconds left, Dave. 102-98. Celtics getting 2.5 to start the game, leading by as many as 21. Lead cut to 2. That's as short as it's been. But what do you think?
Well, the in-game total is off. The side is off right now. I mean, you turn it off a lot of times at the last minute. You can add up the scores. It's 102-98. That adds up to 200. I don't think we're going to get over the closing total of 214.5 unless there's a miracle, stop in the 3 and a comeback in the 3. Yeah, this is listen. It was a valiant effort by the Mavs, and they gave them everything they got. I feel like they gave them their best shot. Then the Celtics took it early, bounced back, took it late after they were up, and Luka's out of the game. It's going to be 3-0. We got to figure out what the price is, before we sign off and hand it over to Gabe and Cam. We'll be talking about what is the number, what is the number for the Celtics to win this thing, close it out. Can't believe it. Sweep. Could be a sweep.
Kyrie with a missed jumper. Really, it was a bad shot. Fade away. Not fade away, but he was running to his right. It was, it was a fading shot. No good. Celtic rebound, fouled. So Derek White hits both free throws. So now it's 104-98 with 22 seconds left. Now, if this was college, right? If it college, timeout on the floor. College, the dopey coach and announcers would say, oh, there's plenty of time. So just get the 2. You don't need the 3 here. It's like, yes, you do. You're down 2 possessions. Please stop. You get a 2, you're still down 2 possessions. Memo to head coaches. It's no longer the score that you're really concerned about. It is, but it's the possessions. How many possessions are you down? You want a 2-pointer? Knock yourself out. You're still down 2 possessions. You got to cut into the possessions. So if Dallas comes out of the timeout, hits a 3, now it's 104-101. We're at 205. Foul, 2 free throws, 106-107. Dallas 3, 107, 8, 9, 10.
What are you doing right now?
Technical foul on Luka. Double technical foul on Luka. We got a shot. We got a little shot.
My glasses on and listen to you talk about this. What are you talking about right now?
Right.
It's done.
So Dallas 3, we're at 205. Foul.
I don't even know what
free
you're
throws,
doing.
207.
Right.
Dallas another 3 to make it 210. Another foul to make it 211, 212, and then Dallas wasted 3 at the buzzer.
For all of this, is the clock running? Or have you got to the clock guy and say, don't run the clock while this happens? Oh,
it does stop after baskets. So,
yeah. Okay.
Open 3. Ugh, brick. P.J. Washington. All that down the drain. Wide open 3. Oh, he's killing me.
It was Tim Hardaway Jr. We had a Tim Hardaway Jr. sighting. Took that shot.
What is he doing on the court?
I don't know.
He hasn't been on the court the whole game, right? Ooh, they fouled him, too.
Wow.
They didn't even call a foul.
Would you dare, if it was our book, Celtics close this out? All right, we got to put up a number. The people are waiting.
Right.
The rhombuses and the parallelograms, all the bad guys are waiting. They got their whole cash waiting at the counter saying, what's your number? What's your number? I'm going to bet it right now.
Celtics.
Could you
Celtics
actually
3.
make the Dallas Mavericks favored again? Could you do it?
No. No, you can't do it. Celtics
Can't
2.5, 3. No. They gave them their best shot. They got 30 plus out of Kyrie. They got 27 out of Luka. Was it a monster game from Luka? But it's evident they're not as good as Boston. So I think the Celtics, you know better than me, but I say Celtics laying 3.
No way. Can't be that high. I make it pick. I let the bettors tell me. They got their satchel. They got their whatever it is, Brinks truck full of cash. I'll make it pick. You guys bet it. You tell me.
They will bet that too quickly. Won't last tonight at pickup. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on SportsGrid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
There is going to be an energy to game time decisions that you will feel night in and night out. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. I want this to be the place that people come to. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than game time decisions. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
.81 goals against average, .920 save percentage. He's also 6-2 in his last 8 road starts as well. The Oilers are a great road team. I actually think it's an advantage for them that they don't have home ice. That potentially 4 of the games are on the road. We've seen 56% of the games this year in the NHL playoffs, the road team has actually won.
Sports Rage Late Night, only on SportsGrid.
In-game live, prime time, extra edition here on the Grid. Scott Wetzel, Day Sharapan until probably 11:30 as the game just ended. Game 3. Do a little post-game show this hour. We do have lines out for Game 4, so we'll reveal those, and then we'll run down some of the prop winners and losers that we gave out, some of the point totals and rebound totals that no doubt you guys probably bet on. And Cam Stewart will join us in a little while. We'll do a little U.S. Open golf. Oh, by the way, U.S. Open starts tomorrow. How about that? So a lot to get to over this next half hour or so. So, Dave, Celtics do win 106-99. The game didn't go over. I can't believe 3 straight unders. Celtics take the commanding 3-0 lead. You know the numbers. No team has ever come back from a 3-0 deficit. I don't think this Dallas Mavericks team is going to be the first one. So should be a Celtic championship. But more importantly, what are the numbers for Game 4, at least to start?
So one book popped up. Boston is a 1.5-point dog. Dallas favored. I was going back and forth with a couple odds makers and a couple books. I said it right on here with you last segment. I'd put up pick. Let the bettors tell me. You guys are waiting right there at the counter going, I've done this before. I mean, I want to know what you think. I do. But I also will give you first crack at it. I say put up pick. Well, guess what? We've done this before, Wetzel. There's books all around the world that are watching the show. The line is pick, and Boston -1 down south. One of the books that we're all very aware of in the offshore world, down in the Caribbean, has Boston -1. I would dare you to take Dallas. I would put it up. Go ahead. I like Wetzel's number. Now, you gave him a little bit much. You didn't have to give him 3, Scott. You could have given him. Yeah. You could have given him 2, right? But you're thinking right too. I don't know what's going to change. It's one of those things that we watch. We sit here. We do the shows in-game live. I've actually booked the games in-game, run the software, done the numbers myself. Unless we get a superhuman effort from your guy, who unfortunately was not the leading scorer tonight, Luka, it ain't happening, and he's not 100% to be able to do it all along. He fouled out of a game tonight for the first time ever in the playoffs. That's done. Come on.
Yeah.
Are we going back to Boston? First thought right now, is there going to be a Game 5 in Boston? That's it. Friday's over.
No.
Done. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Hockey, I would say yes. NBA, historically, no. Now, it's changed a little bit, but I will tell you, I used to follow this back in the 80s. There was a stretch between baseball, basketball, and hockey where if a team was down 3-0, that team lost Game 4. Like, it was something goofy. I don't remember the exact numbers, but it was like 20 out of 21 playoff series. They just didn't. And, the reasoning is, and I buy into this, for the most part, the team that's, down 3-0 is the team that has the home game for Game 4. They know that they needed to win Game 3 because no one comes back from 3-0 deficit. So when you don't win Game 3, you're emotionally shot. You've been beaten 3 straight times, and then you say to yourself, even if I do win Game 4, we're only going to get our ass kicked in Game 5 anyway. So who the heck wants to hop back on a plane and travel all the way across the country to go go lose on their home court and see all their fans celebrate and everything? So everything leads towards you lose Game 3, you lose Game 4, you get it over with. So now it's flipped a little bit. We have seen some team Lakers this year against Denver down 3-0. And in hockey, we see it all the time now. I would not use that system in hockey at all.
Right? The Lakers were at home and they win.
Lakers were at home.
So,
yeah, right.
Yeah, it could happen. It
but I don't
could
think
happen.
It will.
I don't think it will either. First thought was right now, I just let them bet. Let them bet Dallas. Let them bet them. But the lines pick pretty consensus. 211.5's the total. Finally, we have another adjustment down. That's where it's going to go.
This is even without Kyrie or without Porzingis, right? What if the Celtics say Porzingis is playing? which would be
well,
silly,
would he play with the rare leg injury, crazy description? He ain't playing. But Peralt came on at halftime and said, "Remember, they were only what did he say? What the number was 14-6 without him? Like they can play without him. They have the deepest team." Dawson came on with us. He gave us 3 props. They all won. Every prop he gave us won. That was pretty good. Zeno didn't. Did he get over? He did. The Celtics team total over was
by
105.
half a point. Yeah.
How about this?
He got it by half a point.
So hopefully Zeno can sleep and not, be upset about a bad beat. He got a good win. So this was a hell of a night for a lot of people and a hell of a night for the books. My buddies are texting me another good night in the NBA Finals. A lot of people had Dallas. A lot of people had over. Right? That's one of those ones.
I had the over.
Yeah.
I'd like to know, the not the odds, but I'd like to know how many times. Now they got it technically. Well, they covered game 2. I bought the hook. I got the push, but for the most part, they'd covered 6.5, winning by 7, game 2. Whereas the same thing has happened. Favorite under, first 3 games of a series. I don't think that happens very often, which is why I like the over.
You're going to have to put that in your supercomputer because that one defied what you had been talking about. But again, it's rare when it happens. The matchup is what it is. There's no adjustment made between now and Friday that's going to fix that. It's going to take the Celtics to beat the Celtics. And they already had their bad shooting game, and they still won. I don't know, man. Guys like Patrick Foster, guys like JJ, watching the show, Celtics excitement, gear, all this other stuff. It's not a matter of, if anymore. It's a matter of when, and if it's Friday where they get to celebrate Banner 18. That's it.
Over-under is 211. Down to 211.
I set my guy, and he sent it back to me, 210. I said, let's see if we can, let's see how low we can go. The books are having a banner week. This is a banner week. NBA Finals. It's the last game. If the Celtics win, let's get some action. Let's see who really wants to bet. Oh, man, it's huge.
Teams down 0-3 are 0-154 in the NBA playoffs. You would have thought some team in a series, right? Not in game 4, but in the series.
Okay.
You would have thought somewhere along the line someone would have. The Celtics nearly did it against Miami last year, but they lost in game 7. You would have thought somebody would have been able to do that, right? I mean, it is the postseason, so the teams are going to be good, so they have the capability of winning 4 in a row. But 0-154, FanDuel, you can bet it, believe it or not. They got a lineup. Boston laying 70-1, so minus 7,000. Dallas plus 2,000, 20-1.
What's the take back? What's the
20
take
to 1?
Back? If you,
it's a $5,000 vig. $5,000 vig. That's criminal. That's criminal.
Yeah, you have to have
20-1 for something that's never ever happened before. 0-154, and you're going to give me a lousy 20-1? Really?
If I gave you 50-1, would you take it? I know you love a good price.
Yeah. I'd take 50 to 1 flyer on it. Okay. Yeah, 50-1. I'd put a flyer on it. Not 20 though.
Scam coming up next.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on SportsGrid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
There is going to be an energy to game time decisions that you will feel night in and night out. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. I want this to be the place that people come to. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than game time decisions. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
.81 goals against average, .920 save percentage. He's also 6-2 in his last 8 road starts as well. The Oilers are a great road team. I actually think it's an advantage for them that they don't have home ice. That potentially 4 of the games are on the road. We've seen 56% of the games this year in the NHL playoffs, the road team has actually won.
Sports Rage Late Night, only on SportsGrid.
InGame Live Prime Time here on the grid as we wrap up Game 3 NBA Finals. Celtics winning by 7, 106-99. And just going over the odds for winning the series. Boston laying 70-1 and Dallas getting only 20-1 as we bring in Cam Stewart, who takes over bottom of the hour with Gabe Morency. So, Cam, if I told you 20-1 is the price, would you take it? Or what would be your price to put a couple shekels on the Dallas Mavericks? Because 20-1 to me is a joke for something that's never happened before.
First, I'd say get bent. Then I'd say, where's the horse book? And where's the drink tickets? Bye. I'm out of here, loser. You give me 40 or 50 to start. It's a losing proposition. You talked about it, Wetzel. You want people to buy lottery tickets? Make it 40. 20's a joke. 20's a joke. It has never happened in the history of the NBA, and you're offering me 20? I'll say sayonara. I'm out of here. But I am going to do this. People are going to be, Boston, next game. Oh, yeah, sweep. This is where I go do something even. You're opposite pick. If the 80% of the handles on Boston, I'm going to take the Mavs, and then they'll either lose in 5 or 6, probably 5. That's the way I'm going to roll. 20-1 is a joke, but hey, man, got to give the Mavericks came back. How many people got rope-a-dope? They're going to come back and win. Game's tied at the half, and then the comeback and stuff, hitting the money line. The books just laugh at us. Like we're a bunch of, they just sit back, drinking cognac and cigars and go, look at these people. What a bunch of morons. That's, hey man, I'm on the losing side a lot, but that's why I bet bad teams and stuff like that. People are like, the team's horrible. I don't care. How are you against the spread? Do you cover numbers? Are you an over team, an under team, whatever? It's all about the spread, the money line. These are great equalizers. And you're right, Scott.
Before we get to the golf.
Sorry,
I
Dave,
know you got a stack of golf.
I do.
You got to give us what you think about the hockey because there's travel issues for the Panthers. They couldn't get out of Florida. I heard customs or something is closed in Edmonton. There's all kind of issues. They're not getting there until late.
That's the
numbers.
Best.
Edmonton short favorites.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, is tomorrow the night? Like this Game 3 didn't go so well for the home team for Dallas. Is Game 3 tomorrow? What's your first thought? Edmonton or Florida or over or under?
My first thought is I will take Florida as a dog in both games because they're going to split. So whatever happens in Game 3, they lose, I'll come back to them in Game 4. As for the total, this is the first time I'm going to take an over in this series. After what's happened with these neon knees and dirty plays, I think there's going to be a lot of 5-on-3s, guys in the box, and This is where we're going to get the over 5.5. Give me the dog. Give me over 1.5. If Edmonton wins, fair enough. Then I'll come back to Florida again. I think it's going to be a split. So that's the way I'm going to roll with the series. Stick with the program, guys. And great point, Wetzel. Like, you're offering 20 to 1 for a team down 3-0 in basketball. Like, do better. But I do have a lot of golf picks. Tons of them, Dave.
Let's get it.
Where would you like to begin? Let's just go with the outrights first, guys. We'll go with the outrights.
Yes. Always.
And then we'll do everything else. So we're going to take Colin Morikawa. He is my outright. I got a bet boost on one site to 25 to 1. One of my buddies got a 28. I don't know how the hell he got that. That sounds made up. But give me Morikawa, who's been bet down to 16. Cameron Smith, this is the perfect type of golf course. A lot of sand. Like, the thing is, the conditions, it's not like just that nice grass and stuff, very sandy. And I've been talking to a lot of guys in the golfing world. Aussies play a lot of these type of courses back home, South Africans. Very different type of course at Pinehurst. Very difficult. The greens are going to be nuts. And who's got one of the best short games in the world? Cam Smith, and he played like junk last week, so we got a better number. Matt Fitzpatrick, 50 to 1. He won a U.S. Open. That was his major. Pars are good here. Sahith Theegala is one of the more underrated players. He checks all my boxes. Can he get a hot putter? He can drive the ball straight. He can murder it. Sometimes he sprays it. But at this course, guys, this is something very important. Spraying it a little bit is okay because not too many trees and things like that. So that's good for Rory and it's good for Sahith. Sepp Straka, T5 last week. All this guy does is finish in the top 10 and 20 and make us money, Scott. Remember, Eric Cole used to be my guy. Now it's Sepp Straka. At least he's delivering now. The Cole man, he gone. I'll see you. Cole in his stocking for Christmas. Not hot lately. And the Dean. Where's Rodney Dangerfield? Back to school. Hey, Dean, you suck. Give me Dean Burmester, the South African killer on the Live Tour at 120 to 1. Bam! Let's blow out that top board. This guy has been finishing top 5 in like almost every live event. Watch out for this guy. Great European Tour player. Okay, here we go. Guys, top 5 for Scotty Scheffler. I actually found a minus 120 now, but minus 130, that's fine. I'll lay it up to 50 cents. I found a guy today, and I signed up on a new book. They had Scotty Scheffler, third or better, 4 to 1. His odds to win the tournament are under 3. Thank you, and I will play that as well, but that's the whole thing. You got to go shopping, right, Scott, at the grocery store. Don't settle for prime rib at $7.99 when you can get it at $5.99 at the other place per pound. Let's roll. What do we got? Xander Schauffele. He's won a major. He's got the monkey off his back. Plays great. Perfect mindset here. I think he can win, but I'll take him for a top 10 finish at plus 140. Let's roll with some other guys right now. We got some nice little things. Cam Smith, again, Colin Morikawa, plus 170 for Morikawa, plus 160 for Cam Smith. Both guys I have to win outright. Theegala for a top 30, plus 120. What kind of world are we living in? That is a great price. Top 30, not even 20, Wetzel. This is right in your wheelhouse. And then we're going to go with my boy Sepp Straka. First round leaders. Oh, can I wake up tomorrow? Can I come do the show when I do the night show with money in my pocket so I can put more into the hockey game live? This is what it's all about. I love first round leaders. Gary Graphic, let's go. Frankie Font, this is it. Morikawa, hot starter, 22 to 1. Ludwig Aberg is one of the best. He's like a horse that sprints out of the gate with no traffic, 30 to 1. Tommy Fleetwood, a notorious Thursday, Friday warrior. He'll have one bad round, not in the first, 45. Sahith Theegala, I think he can go wire to wire at 65. Again, the Dean makes my list. He's been notoriously a fast starter on the Live Tour. And guys, Nick Dunlop won this tournament as an amateur at Pinehurst. 115 to 1 first round leader. If Nick Dunlop's the first round leader, I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. I'm going to throw a keg party for the neighborhood. Drinks at cans.
I'm putting my listening glasses on so I can try to see. Did I miss the Scotty Scheffler bet? Did I miss his name on any of those graphics, Cam? Are you just totally dismissing him?
No, I had him top 5.
Oh, okay. I missed it. Thank goodness.
No. All right. Don't worry, Dave. I know you have basketball fever, and I also found him on another book. Top 3 at 4 to 1. It pays better than him winning the tournament at 3 to 1. Do your shopping.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on SportsGrid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
There is going to be an energy to game time decisions that you will feel night in and night out. We're going to go through every single thing, and I've got a great team behind me that's going to help me get the job done. I want this to be the place that people come to. We are going to hit every single one of those markets that you need to know about. There is not going to be a better place, I promise you, than game time decisions. We will have everything at our disposal, and we will use that to our advantage. I'm Kevin Walsh. Tune into Game Time Decisions from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on SportsGrid.
.81 goals against average, .920 save percentage. He's also 6-2 in his last 8 road starts as well. The Oilers are a great road team. I actually think it's an advantage for them that they don't have home ice. That potentially 4 of the games are on the road. We've seen 56% of the games this year in the NHL playoffs, the road team has actually won.
Sports Rage Late Night, only on SportsGrid.
All right, welcome back. InGame Live, PrimeTime here on the grid. Thanks again for Cam Stewart joining us. He'll take over along with Gabe Morency at the bottom of the hour in about 6-7 minutes or so after the break. So make sure you stay tuned to listen and watch them. So, by the way, I did make my first official West Indies cricket bet. I got West Indies plus 105. They're up 100 crickets or points or runs or whatever they call it. So anytime you want to give me odds with a team that's up 100, I don't care if it's crickets or whatever, Scrabble, marbles, give me the odds and the 100-point lead. So let's go West Indies. What do you like in the golf tomorrow, Dave?
If you're watching us, tweet at us at Opposite Picks and at SportsBKConsig or at SportsGrid. What they're called. I can't remember. I'm so immersed in the basketball, what the runs are actually
runs.
called. I think
it is runs.
I don't think it is. Well,
it's not points.
Let us know. It's not.
Yeah.
No. It's something different. I like Scotty Scheffler.
Wickets.
I don't know.
Wickets.
There it is. I knew it was something else. Yeah.
I'm up 100 wickets. Getting odds. I'll take it.
Let's hope we used to say that, I used to tell the kids the ball goes through the wickets when they would let a ground ball go through their legs. Right?
There you go.
Which is where it comes from. The cricket it goes through the wickets and you get wickets. I like Scotty Scheffler. And it's just one of those things that I don't know who to pick otherwise. We'll know the story by the time we revisit this with Game 4 in the NBA Finals. It's, cut down day in the golf. We'll have a much better idea of what to play going forward for the weekend. I much prefer the in-game betting for the golf than taking the shots. Yeah. I've taken a lot of guys' bets for years and years and years before the golf. They get good prices. There's still only one winner. Just like we're talking about the price on the Game 4, to come back and win 4 games in a row at 20-1, I might be better off taking the money and rolling it over on Dallas. And I think I might win more than 20-1. If you take Dallas on the money line, just start with 100, roll it over, collect the winnings, roll that over, collect the winnings, roll that over. I think that pays more than 20 to 1. So,
yeah,
good luck. I mean,
because they would be a
nice
solid
season.
7-10 point underdog, even if they won game 4, right? Going back to Boston.
Yeah.
So,
yes.
Yeah.
Might be bigger.
So they would be plus almost 3 to 1. Yeah.
Correct.
Let me ask you something about the dead heat rule. For FanDuel, which is why I don't bet the top 5, top 10 bets. I don't do it because with FanDuel anyway, if you're in a tie with, let's just say 4 other golfers for top 5, you lose 4/5 of your bet. And you only get paid off on 1/5 because there's 5 of you, which makes no sense to me whatsoever. I would never. Are all books and casinos that way, or do they have adjustments? Because to me, it would be all right. You lose, you get a push on maybe 4/5 of your bet, and we'll pay you off on the 1/5.
The dead heat rule is good for the book. It's not good for the player. Never has been, never will. And some books make the decision to use it. That's fine. Other books don't. So you have to check your house rules for everything. You only find out about this when it applies to you. No one ever looks at this, which is what one of the good things about what we do here on SportsGrid is try to educate, entertain, and all of the above. But I could tell you, I never saw it in Las Vegas. I still don't. I think there's one book that might use it here. Yeah, it's just not done. So it's not a common practice, but it is a common thing throughout the regulated sports book world, and sometimes even in the unregulated. Check your house rules. It's not if you can get a better price or the same price and decide between a book with it and without it. Do it with the book without it. The dead heat rule is not great at all.
Yeah. I would never, like I said, it's not fair. What would I care if there are 4 other golfers that are tied for 5th? My guy's in 5th place. I should get paid off. But that's not how it works in a lot of books. So, all right, Seattle going to beat the White Sox up 1-0 8th inning by more than a run. We need one more run out of the Mariners.
Listen, the way things are going, probably not. Yeah. But I ain't taking the White Sox no more. You don't have to. I don't want the White Sox. Good night. Good job, boys.
We'll talk to you tomorrow.